Hello and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the CNN debate between the Trump campaign and the Harris campaign, with Kamala Harris accepting the CNN debate to be held on October 23rd. Meanwhile, Donald Trump in a rally in, I believe, North Carolina, a rally in North Carolina, Donald Trump declined the debate invitation, saying that he believes it's too late to do another debate because there's already early voting going on in several states, including some swing states, I believe, which is also North Carolina and Pennsylvania as well. I'm not sure what other states have them, but there is early voting going on. So Donald Trump believes that there is no need to do another debate. Now, we've seen him skip debates before, right? He skipped the primary debates in 2023 because he led in almost all the polls, and he did not believe he needed to show up for those. And even though he did win all of the primary elections, except losing, I believe it was New Hampshire to Nikki Haley, he still did not show up for any debates. Didn't believe he needed to go because everyone was trailing him in the polls. However, he did show up for the poll on June, or not the poll, the debate between him and President Joe Biden on June 27th, and we saw how bad that debate went for Joe Biden, which was the reason why Joe Biden did drop out of the race. And we also saw Donald Trump doing the debate with Kamala Harris. I don't know exactly what date it was, but it was a couple weeks ago, and we saw how bad that debate went with him. Uh, we saw how people reacted. For example, Politico even saying Harris won the debate and it wasn't even close. Where them giving they gave their takeaways for the Harris Trump debate. Now this is when the debate happened. They're talking about her baiting him. It's somewhere here in the article. Uh, yeah. So uh, Donald Trump did pretty bad in this debate. Kamala Harris pretty well, which is another reason why the Harris campaign is now very wanting to do another debate. So as of about, I believe it's, I don't know if this was this was an hour ago that Donald Trump was in a rally in Pennsylvania where he said that he didn't believe there needed to be another debate because there's already early voting happened, despite the fact that in 2020 Joe Biden and Donald Trump for their final debate were debating in October. In October, where also this debate is supposed to be held October 23rd, 2024. Now, I don't exactly remember what the debate date was for when Donald Trump and Joe Biden debated back in 2020, but I do remember watching it in October of 2020, and and I also do remember Donald Trump losing to Joe Biden in the election, and so if Donald Trump does not show up for this debate, this is another CNN debate. The last CNN debate went pretty well for him against Joe Biden, and so if he doesn't show up for this one, Kamala Harris is going to pull the empty podium thing. It's going to look good for her. It's going to look bad for Trump. I believe the Trump campaign and Donald Trump himself are making a big mistake skipping this debate and letting Kamala Harris just show up. Maybe they're just like, oh, it's just gonna be another town hall. She's gonna look weird, and it's just gonna be like the rest of them. How she does her events. But I do believe this will look very bad. Because oh my goodness, sorry, Kamala Harris will say, I'm here for the issues. Why isn't he here? She could like point out to the podium, and it's going to be an empty podium on stage. They could have the empty podium on stage. It would hurt the Trump campaign, I believe, and we've already seen in the polls how bad this has hurt a candidate before. So this were the polls against Donald Trump and Joe Biden. As we all remember, Donald Trump led Joe Biden in 2024 most of the time for the polls. Sure, Joe Biden did have a lead. He started the lead. But then we get into the debate where Joe Biden did horribly, and he did lead. He never even led by, I don't believe Joe Biden ever led a point. But Joe Biden did lead. There is no denying that. And so, by the debate, Trump took back the lead by the debate. He was only briefly ahead by 0.2%, which, let me remind you, that's not a lead you want to have. And Kamala Harris may be way ahead, way more than that. But she has like a 2.8%. I'll get into all that stuff later. So as the time of the debate took, Trump had a 0.2% lead in the national polls, And we really saw the effect it took on Biden as he decided to slip in the polls and Trump started to lead. And you could see that Joe Biden drops down to 40%, then 39%, and it only got worse from there. It only got worse from there. And as all the drama with the Democrats with the nominee took place, and Joe Biden eventually dropped out of the race. It stood at Trump 43.5, Biden 40.2, and Kennedy 8.7%. Now Kennedy has dropped out of the race about almost a month ago now. It is almost been a month. So now we go to uh, the polls now. So these are the polls now between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. As I said, Kennedy has already dropped out. So as of right now, Kamala Harris, like I said, leads in the polls by 2.8%. She has a 48.4% lead ahead of Donald Trump. Well, not 48%. She has a 2.8% lead, but right now she is at 48.4%. She is at 48.4%. Donald Trump is at 45.6%, trailing Kamala Harris by almost 3 points. And so now Donald Trump may not be having or had the bad effect that Joe Biden had when the June 27th debate took place. But we saw Donald Trump receive that negative attention when he did take the debate. You could see it. So I just remember that the debate took place September 10th. It was the day after the 23rd year anniversary of 9/11. And you could see Donald Trump start to slip in these polls after you could see it just go down just a bit. Of course, it's not as devastating as it was for Joe Biden, but he still went down in the polls, and Harris went up a little bit. She went up a little bit, and you could see it go to 3 points here, 3.3%. I believe that is the highest she's ever gotten. Never mind, I am wrong. That's not the highest she's ever gotten. Highest ever she has gotten was 3.6%. However, that's a good lead for Harris, even though that lead has shrunken down to 2.8%. Still, she leads by almost 3 points again, and if she can get that up to 3 to 4 to 5, especially 5%, that would give trouble to the Trump campaign, as they have not led in the polls. Well, they haven't led the national polling. I don't believe at all, unless I'm wrong here. No, they have not. Not a single time. Not a single time they have led Harris nationally in the polls. And I really do believe, like I said before, Kamala Harris will win this election uh, for so many reasons. For so many reasons. Uh, and it's not because of the age thing. I think that was the big problem more for Joe Biden than Donald Trump, because Biden was so much older than Trump. Trump, however, is older than Harris, but we're not seeing it being as much big of a problem for him as it was for Joe Biden. And I think the problem with Donald Trump is he's really having an energy problem. And Kamala Harris isn't. Kamala Harris, and she laughs uh, and she gives off all this energy, and along with her running mate Tim Walz, they give off all this energy. And sure, you can see some energy with J.D. Vance, but when in a rally have you ever seen Donald Trump smile? Never. Or laugh. Never. I can't remember a time where I saw that. And so Donald Trump, sure, he cracks jokes sometimes on his opponents. He makes fun of him, but he's not laughing. He's not having the same like joyful energy that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are having. So that's one of the many reasons why I think they'll do bad. But look, now there hasn't been any national polls released today, but look at these leads. Kamala Harris just the other day, 7 point lead. 7 point lead. Now these candidates really are nothing, and I don't know why Kennedy's still on here, but a 7 point lead. 7 point lead. This is not what you want if you are the Trump campaign. You don't want this. Still, Donald Trump not leading much polls. Another reason why I believe Kamala Harris will win this election. We saw this exact same polling thing when Joe Biden was running in 2020. We saw Biden leading all the polls. Biden led on election day by over 7 points. And he won the popular vote, I believe, by 5 points. And he did win the electoral college. He defeated Donald Trump. Donald Trump lost re-election. And we could be looking at the same thing, although I don't think we'll be looking at the same map. Some believe we are. I don't believe we are. I do believe Donald Trump flips Arizona and Georgia, as you saw my prediction from almost a week ago now. So I do believe Kamala Harris will win, and I do believe that if this debate takes place, uh, and Donald Trump does not show up as he's already promised, uh, I don't think this will be a good luck for him and his campaign. And I do believe he will continue to slip in the polls as we've been seeing in this map. Now, now, I'm pretty sure you noticed something different if you remember the last time I showed this, but you might not be as big a nerd as me, so let me show you. Yesterday, or a couple days ago, Harris was leading North Carolina. Donald Trump leads North Carolina now. And last time I had this over here, Harris had like a 319 lead, I believe. It wasn't it. It was much more. Yeah, 319. This was it a couple days ago. 319, 219. Now that lead it has shrunk a little bit, but Harris still leads. Harris still leads. So yes, you're probably saying to yourself, Harris is going in the wrong direction here. But she still has what she needs to win. She's still leading Pennsylvania. She's still leading Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada. Uh, and Trump may be leading Georgia and North Carolina. However, North Carolina could go blue. I'm not saying it will, but there's a good possibility here. I know Trump is leading it pretty heavily right now. Well, not heavily, but he's leading it right now. And uh, and I know the thing about Mark Robinson, the stuff that's been leaked about Mark Robinson. I don't believe Mark Robinson will win. I've never thought he was going to win, but that probably hurts Donald Trump's campaign down in North Carolina, especially with that new ad I saw the other day that the Harris campaign is running. So that looks very bad. So, like I said before, if Donald Trump does not attend this debate, if Donald Trump skips it and Kamala Harris shows up and does that empty podium thing, this will look very bad for Donald Trump's campaign. This will look very good for Kamala Harris's campaign, and it will certainly be historic. It will be something to look out for. Like I always say, any updates that I see, anything that happens, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe as that really helps out with the channel. And follow me on Twitter for any other updates. And I'll see you guys in the next one.